Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Koala English podcast. I'm Caroline, and this is the podcast where we help you learn real English for real life.
In today's episode, we're talking about your first day at university and how to introduce yourself with confidence. We'll focus on simple, natural English you can use when meeting new classmates, talking on orientation day, or starting conversations in your first class. If you're feeling excited, nervous, or maybe a bit of both, that's completely normal. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clear, easy guide to help you make great first introductions and feel more comfortable speaking English at university. So take a deep breath, relax, and let's get started.
Your first day at university, it's a crazy mix of excitement and, let's be honest, a whole lot of nerves, right? Especially when you have to meet what feels like a million new people. Well, today we're going to build a super simple, powerful guide to help you nail those first introductions and feel good doing it. Let's jump in. Yeah, that feeling is completely normal. I mean, walking onto a huge new campus, maybe you're in a new country, and you have to introduce yourself over and over and over again. It can feel like a lot. But here's the thing. Pretty much everyone else is feeling the exact same way. And trust me, you are absolutely going to be okay. The secret to getting over those nerves, it's just a little bit of prep and practice. So that's exactly what we're going to do right now. We'll walk through the key phrases so they just roll off the tongue when you need them. So how do you actually start? How do you break the ice? That first step can feel like the biggest hurdle, but I promise you, we're going to make it incredibly easy. This right here, this one little sentence is basically your golden ticket. But why does it work so well? Well, because it's friendly, it's honest, and it instantly tells the other person you're in the same boat. It kind of makes you more approachable and invites them to be a little helpful, which is just a great way to connect. Perfect for your first class, waiting in line for coffee, anywhere really. Okay, so you've broken the ice. What's next? Now we get to what I call the core exchange. These are just the basic building blocks of getting to know someone for the first time. After you've said hello, this is the most natural next step, asking for a name. It's direct, it's friendly, and it's exactly what the other person is expecting you to ask. It shows you're actually interested. And when it's your turn to answer, you've got two great options. My name is Alex is perfectly polite and clear. I'm Alex. It's just a little more casual, a little more common. Honestly, both work just fine. The classic university question. This is the fastest way to figure out what you might have in common. Are you in the same department? Could you have classes together? This is the question that really opens the door to a longer conversation. And your answer is just as simple. You just state what you're there for. I'm studying. And then you pop in your subject. Super easy. And it's so easy to make this your own. You just swap out business for whatever you're doing, science, engineering, art history, you name it, the formula works for everything. All right, knowing how to wrap up the chat politely is super important for leaving a good first impression. This simple phrase gives a really positive, clean end to that first little intro. So what if someone says it to you first? It's easy. You just add one little word at the end. Too. Nice to meet you too. It just shows that the feeling is mutual. Okay, so we've got all the individual pieces of the puzzle. Now, let's click them all together and see how it sounds in a real, flowing conversation. We'll go through a whole dialogue, start to finish. So here's the roadmap. It's a really simple 4-step process. You greet them, you swap names, you ask about their studies, and then you close it out politely. That's really it. Let's see it in action. All right, let's watch how this unfolds. Here's Alex, kicking things off with our simple and effective icebreaker. And Sam jumps right in asking for a name. See? The conversation is already rolling. Alex uses that casual, I'm Alex, and this is really important, asks the question right back. You always want to keep it a two-way street. Sam answers and then moves the conversation right along, asking that classic university question. And Alex gives a nice, clear, simple answer. No fuss. And now, to wrap it up, Sam uses our polite closing phrase. And Alex responds perfectly, ending the whole thing on a friendly high note. See? That was it. A successful, easy introduction in just a few lines. You can totally do this. All right, you've got the basic script down. Now let's level up a bit with some key cultural tips, especially if you happen to be studying in the US, the UK, or Australia. This is the stuff that'll help you sound a little less like a textbook and a little more like a local. Okay, this is a big one. While what are you studying will work everywhere, you'll sound much more natural if you use the local lingo. In the US, it's super common to hear, what is your major? But in the UK and Australia, you're more likely to hear, what's your course? Small difference, but it helps you blend right in. So what's the general vibe in these places? In the US, think friendly and pretty casual. Smiling at people you don't know is totally normal. Over in the UK, things are generally a little more polite and reserved, so a calmer tone is usually a good bet. And in Australia, the key word is relaxed. It's all about being informal and friendly. But you know what? No matter where you are in the world, these tips are pure gold. Making eye contact shows you're paying attention. A simple smile makes you seem way more approachable. And just remember, these short, friendly little chats are completely normal and even expected on campus. And just remember, confidence isn't something you're just born with. It's something you build, like a muscle. Every single time you say, hi, I'm new here, you're making that muscle a little bit stronger. So practice these phrases, even just to yourself in the mirror, and they'll be there for you when you need them. You've seen the whole structure, you have the exact phrases, and you even know the cultural tips. You literally have everything you need to make a great first impression. So, are you ready for it? You absolutely are. Now go for it.
And that's it for today. You've just learned some simple, powerful English phrases you can use to introduce yourself at university. Remember, everyone feels nervous on their first day, but now you have the words to get started. Try practicing these phrases again later today, maybe out loud or in front of a mirror. The more you practice, the more natural they will feel. Thank you so much for listening to the Koala English podcast. If you found this episode helpful, feel free to share it with me on the comment below. I'm Caroline, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Until then, take it easy and keep practicing your English.